Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Break Time with Pastor V. I am glad you are here this afternoon. It is Friday, time for a break for those of you who are working. I pray that you'll get some rest this weekend and that you would celebrate the goodness of God and what He's done in your life. Again, just to remind you that break times is that time where we just come together for a few minutes to take a deep breath, to refocus on all that God has done for us, to remind us of who we are and of whose we are. Don't forget to say hello and let us know where you're watching from. I see a few of you on. I see you, Belinda, and let's see who else. Oh, okay. Anyway, okay, I see you, Belinda. I see Brother Daryl. Thank you for joining this Friday as we go to break time. So a time again to kind of recalibrate, remember who we are, to remember whose we are. Today I wanted to talk to you really. Hey, Charlie, good to see you, man. Thank you for watching from Detroit. Today I want to just kind of share really briefly as we look at Exodus chapter 4 and ask the question, what is that? What is that? And in Exodus chapter 3, Moses has this encounter with God. He's been gone for about 40 years out of Pharaoh's house. He attempted to reach his destiny. He had murdered an Egyptian. He ran from Pharaoh. Now he's gone for about 40 years and just kind of refocusing, redoing Moses, living in shame as well. And he has this encounter with God. And he has this miraculous encounter where the bush is consumed, but it's not burning. We call it the burning bush. And we all know that when something's on fire, it's also consumed. Well, that wasn't the case with Moses. And God gives Moses this directive and says, hey, Moses, I've called you to go and deliver my people. Many times God has great things in store for us, but we are just like Moses, afraid or feeling inadequate to do what God has called us to do, or ill-equipped. And so the first thing Moses says, well, who am I? They're not going to listen to me. I'm just, one of them. I've killed an Egyptian, and, what is my name? They're not going to listen. And so then he says, God, well, who are you? Who am I going to say sent me? How are they going to know I'm talking about the God that is there? Hey, KJ, good to see you. Thank you for joining in. And then not only that, he says they won't believe me. So he comes up with all of these excuses of why not to be engaged into this battle, into this his destiny of doing something that God has called him to do. And I don't know about you, but I've been there, feeling inadequate. You might feel that you don't have the resources to do what the vision is that you want to do, of what God has called you to do. So finally, when he's in chapter 4 of Exodus, and he's going back and forth with this thing with God, and he says, I'm ill-equipped. God says to him, well, what is that in your hand? Watch this. What is that in your hand? So God is asking Moses about the resources that he has, and he had a staff in his hand, and Moses says a staff, and God says throw it down. He throws it down, and the staff becomes a snake. Moses runs. He runs from the snake. That's why I know Moses is like me. Hey, if it became a snake, I'm out. I'm out. Sometimes our own personalities can be a hindrance to us, or at least a challenge. In fact, I was speaking to my wife the other day, and tell me if you would not do the same thing. We were watching something, and the guy was talking about a miracle that had happened that Jesus had done for a blind man. Well, it says that Jesus spit and made clay and put it on the guy's eyes. And I looked at my wife and said, you out. You are forever blind. Why? Because she is not going to let someone put spit and clay on her eyes. It's just disgusting, right? And many times our own ideologies, or what we consider nasty or limit, would limit God being able to operate in our lives. So anyway, getting back to Moses. He throws the staff down. It becomes a snake. He runs, and watch this, and then God says pick it up by the tail. Now we all know if you pick up a snake by its tail, what is most likely to happen? It will turn around and bite you. But watch this. Moses felt inadequate. God uses the resources that he has, nothing spectacular, and then, but in spite of his fear, in spite of his inadequacies, when God tells him to pick it up, he picks it up by the tail. Wow. I don't know. I would have been that guy who wouldn't have been there. And so he picks it up. He's feeling inadequate. He has all kind of doubt. He's afraid, and yet he's obedient when God says pick it up. He makes himself vulnerable. So listen, here's today's lesson. God has uniquely gifted you, and we are looking for these great things that God wants to work with, and that's not what he wants to work with. He wants to work with the resources that you have. And he's asking us, what is that in your hand? What gift, what talent do you have? What's in your possession? What line of thinking do you have? What ability do you have that God wants to use to do what he's called you to do? So let's not look for these great outlandish things and great miraculous things. God wants to use the things that you have. It reminds me of the New Testament where Jesus used 2 fish and 5 loaves that a kid had and fed thousands of people. So God wants to use whatever it is you have. And I believe God's asking us, hey, what is that? God wants you to make a difference in society today. God wants you to make a difference in standing for him. God wants you to make a difference in injustice. And don't say, well, I don't have it, what it takes. You do. You do. Whatever you have, God wants to use it. And so, would you make it available to him? Go ahead and finish reading Exodus chapter 4. God does a couple of other things with Moses to convince him that he is God. So remember, you have what it takes. Whatever is in your possession is what God wants to use. He's not looking for something big. He wants to take the little thing and make it do great things. God bless you. Have a great weekend, and thank you for spending break time with Pastor V. Don't forget to hit the share button on your screen there and share this message with someone else. I will see you Monday, 1 p.m. Actually, hey, check us out on Sunday 11 a.m. We worship as a church, and I believe the Lord has a word for us there. So I'll see you Sunday at 11 a.m. Right here at the same place on the Facebook page. God bless you. Have a great day. Looking forward to seeing you.